With the new consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X approaching during the 2020 holidays, we should expect NBA 2K21 to take leaps in various ways when it releases on the updated powerful hardware. And so with less restrictions and more room to work with, this is my ultimate wish list. Side note, some of these ideas are from my 2K20 wish list from last year. So I'm going to break this down into different categories. So the first category is going to be creative player. This is something I use a lot. So the most requested feature for this specific category is to allow us to upload face photos and put them on our creative players, similar to how WWE 2K has for their game. Bring the whole UI interface and features from the My Player Builder from my career to offline creative player. Having all the attributes on one screen makes it easier and quicker to rate players. Another feature to take from the My Player Builder is the whole body shapes that we get to choose from. Bring that to creative player offline as well. Let us select our takeovers for our creative players as well. Right now it's currently random. Add more sculpting sliders and head preset options. Give us more freedom when it comes to the jaws, the brows, the eyes, the mouth, the position that we want to move it in. Also allow us to make the heads bigger with the skull sliders too. Give us the ability to copy and paste preset slider changes of a creative player with a press of a button to different head presets without resetting the facial structure changes. This will save us a lot of time when we're trying to find the best head preset for the player we're trying to create. We're having to input the slider changes each time. Add more realistic hairstyles and facial hairstyles that current NBA players have. We have 0 dreads in the game. We have, I think, 2 dreads actually, and they both pretty much look the same. Give us like the Markelle Fultz haircut, the Ja Morant, Miles Turner, Montrezl Harrell. Give us different braids too, like Devontae Graham's braids. There's a bunch of hairstyles that are on NBA players that you can just implement into the creative player options. Give us the option to move a hairline up or down if we want a small forehead like Paul George, or if we want our hairline all the way to the top like LeBron James. We should be able to do that. We should be able to combine different facial hair options like we had in the older 2K games. Add the color palette from the shoe creator into creative player so we can change the color of the eyes, the skin tone, the facial hair, the lips, and the eyebrows. Change the wingspan value to show the exact measurements instead of the current 0 to 100 slider. So if I'm making a player who has a 6'10 wingspan, I should be able to just put 6'10 instead of having to guess from 0 to 100 what 6'10 is. Let us add tattoos to our creative players. I know before the reason why this was never implemented on the Xbox One and PS4 was because of the lack of resources and system memory. Now with the new updated hardware, this should be possible now. Add all the celebration after 2 and 3 animations from my career into the signature section and create a player. Also add all the My Park dunks into the packages of dunks as well. Add a boom or bust slider in the vitals create a player section. This will affect the chances of a player reaching his potential when drafted in my league. Give us the option to rotate and slow down the shooter animation when selecting a jump shot for our creative player. Right now when you're selecting a jump shot, you guys just like in a weird angle. You can't even really see what you're selecting. Also add a button at the bottom of the screen. Like on the screen right now I have it as triangle. That loads us right into freestyle mode so we could test out our player that we're creating and the jump shot that we just selected. Overhaul the whole player DNA interface. Have it look like the team design section so we're able to preview faces, sort by most download, and bookmark our favorite creators. Add a female creative player option. Shout out to TG So Good because he found that there is a female creative player inside NBA 2K20, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't finished. And he ended up doing a mod where it allows you to mess around with it. Now we're going to talk about the park and neighborhood. One of the most requested features for the park and neighborhood is to bring back park affiliations, just like how we had in 2K16 and 15. Another thing we should have in the park and neighborhood and the rec center is unique locations to play in. So we should have the option to load into different locations. So as an example for outdoor locations, we can have Venice Beach, this court, and locations already in NBA 2K20 for my career. Barry Farms Goodman League, the Cherisher Playground, which is where the Chosen League plays in Philly, and some examples of indoor locations for the rec center. You can always change it up. We can have the King Drew Magnet High School. This is where the Drew League is located. The Fonde Community Center. This is where the Houston Pro-Am Basketball League is at. The Kazar Pavilion. This is where the San Francisco Pro-Am plays at. The Lifetime Athletic Sky, this is where Hoodie Melo and all the NBA players play pickup basketball with Chris Brinkley. The Seattle Pacific University, this is where Jamal Crawford's crossover league plays at. The Quest Multisport, this is in Chicago. This is where the draft combine is usually located at. The Kip Atlanta Collegiate, this is where Trae Young, Lou Williams play with the AEBL, the Atlanta-based Pro-Am Basketball League. So these are different locations that we should be able to load in. This will just spice up things and not look the same all the time when we're loading into the neighborhood park or the rec center. Add skill-based matchmaking in Pro-Am and My Park with rank and unranked options. Lower overall players shouldn't match up against a 99 overall with all their badges. Me, I don't usually play Park a lot, but when the game first came out, I try to play for the first month, and I try to play with friends who don't usually play 2K, and we will always get matched up with guys who are like 95 overall, and this is like 2 weeks into the game. So me and my friends are only like 80 overalls, and we're matching up against 99, 95 overalls with all the badges, and we're just getting destroyed. So that just ruins the fun, in my opinion. Not everyone has all day to wait on a got next spot. We should let players search by themselves or with friends. Right now, currently, we have to wait on got next spots. The only matchmaking we have is in the rec center. That should be throughout every mode online. Add crossplay with Xbox and PS4. This could lead to some fun Xbox and PS4 park events. Add proximity chat in the neighborhood with mute options and enable and disable options. Increase the size of the My Court and fix the issues when inviting friends to your My Court. I know for like a good 2 months when I played online, the My Court never worked. So I don't know if it works now, but please fix it and make the court bigger, because when I used to do one-on-ones there, it was just like you felt like super congested and super cramped up into this small Fresh Prince of Bel-Air court. Give us a performance mode options in the settings. Performance mode would decrease the graphical settings in the neighborhood and park for improved, smoother gameplay. So let us have the option to enable this to increase the frames per second, and it will just eliminate certain aspects in the graphical settings, like whether it be stuff in the background. The newer consoles are pretty much computers, so we should have the option to mess with different settings to give us a better gameplay experience. Right now, the input lag on the PS4 and Xbox One is just super tough to play with. Like if you play an offline My Career game and then you go online, it shouldn't be that big of a difference in terms of gameplay. Now let's talk about My League. Allow us to upload logos anywhere on the court in the Court Creator. Court Creator hasn't been touched since it was introduced, and it's getting repetitive due to the lack of options we have. I would love to create the old Houston Rockets court, but we can't because of the limitation. Either give us more options or provide us with a Photoshop court template that we could customize and upload to NBA2K.com. Add the color palette from the shoe creator into the court creator and jersey creator. Give us the option, instead of replacing the original NBA jersey with our rebranded jerseys, we can add it as an alternate instead. Allow us to create alternate courts and let us upload/download courts only in the team design section with no jerseys attached. Give us more arena options to choose from. Indoor gyms and outdoor courts are already in the game each year. We shouldn't have to mod them from the PC into the team design section for consoles users to use in My League. Let us upload images for the home team crowd shirts. Allow more than 10 images in the jersey creator. Also fix all the bugs that's in the jersey creator that we've had for the longest right now, like the front and back numbers not being centered by default, the accessory color glitch that happens after creating the jersey. Fix the coloring of the numbers on the jersey. They don't reflect the actual color you choose. And let us move images across the whole jersey, including the collars. We should get an update in the whole draft presentation. Currently, the draft screen is dull and boring. We should be excited to have the #1 pick. At least make the lottery picks unique. Integrate a real playable G League experience with real rosters, jerseys, and courts. MLB The Show just announced that they're going to have the full minor league rosters in their game, so this should be something we should have as well. Give us the ability to customize the All-Star court and jersey every year in My League. Add a creative tournament mode for My League with the ability to rebrand teams and use a custom roster. So instead of just jumping into a full season and then having to simulate that to go to the playoffs, we should have the option to just start straight from a tournament, whether that be a 32-team, 16-team tournament, with the option to rebrand teams and use a custom roster. Give us the option to customize the division, conference, and league names. If you want to make a fictional basketball My League, we should be able to change it from NBA to whatever we want. Now I'm going to talk about game modes and features that should be added into NBA 2K21. With the passing of Kobe Bryant, we should have the Kobe Challenge mode similar to the Jordan Challenge mode in NBA 2K11. Give us memorable Kobe moments to play out in NBA 2K21. Some that come to mind are the 81-point game against the Raptors, down 15 to the Blazers in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals in 2000, his 61-point performance at Madison Square Garden, and dropping 60 points in his final game of his career. Add the Kobe Creating a Legend mode, just like in NBA 2K11. After completing the Kobe Challenge mode, let it unlock this mode for players to take rookie Kobe Bryant into today's NBA. Add the Kobe Path to Greatness mode, just like in NBA 2K14 with LeBron. Let us decide Kobe's path to greatness, whether that be staying on the Hornets and not getting traded on draft night, going through with the trade in 2007 with the Bulls, or staying with the Lakers your whole career. Revamp the whole blacktop mode. It hasn't been touched this whole Xbox One PS4 cycle. Include realistic locations similar to what I mentioned for the neighborhood and park. Shout out to TG So Good for creating a mod on the PC that does exactly what I hope this mode would be. All the players have different clothes on, street clothes, whether it be jerseys, shorts, hoodies. You also gave us the options to choose different courts to play in. Last season, NBA began to allow players to wear sneakers of any color at any point in the season. The rule change allowed players to be expressive on the court with custom player edition sneakers. Allow us to do the same by adding image uploads for the shoe creator. Allow our created shoes to attach our custom rosters and draft classes. If I was to create a roster right now with created shoes on the players, it would change to the default 2K shoes when someone else downloads the roster. Allow cross-platform rosters, draft classes, and player DNA. There are great creators on all platforms, but some players miss out on big rosters because of their platform of choice. The team design section is already cross-platform, so rosters, draft classes, and player DNA should be next. Let us use team rebrands in Play Now mode. Some of us don't want to go all the way into My League to access our team designs. Just like the jump shot meter, give us alternate scoreboards to choose from. Bring back the old school filters from the old NBA 2K games. For example, if we were to play with the old school Celtics with Bill Russell, the game would be in black and white with a grainy look.
Check for me. Check for me. Cause back then they didn't used to check, but now they invite to my insight. It's an L site, but it feels like